Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much running room. Down to the the 32. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, fighting off the defender. Finding room to the 20. And touchdown! Kenyon Drake, his first touchdown of the new season. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is now 10-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 46 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Big 20, big 20. Give me radar. Block it. Double, 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 set.
On 1st down, Stafford here. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll make it 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Zebra. Set.
Stafford looks to throw again. And Tate's got it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They get it to him running left. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch.
Gone!
Now Rosen on 1st down. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Yeah, 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Drake. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 2nd down, Rosen hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. And they rattle off a big one. 44 yards. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go.
Gone!
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Joseph. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now another timeout here called by the Titans, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Elliott puts this one through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be taken short. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return way back at the 11. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. Stafford firing quickly here, and that's complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called.
White. Keep 15. Keep 15.
The final shot before the break. Stafford being chased out left. And that's caught inside the 30. So we've reached halftime here in neck. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here comes Grant on the return. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now they try the right side here. Finding some room at midfield. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think...
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Give me radar. Give me radar. Check.
A give. This is Kamara. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Now let's go. 3-19.
And they'll run it here. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now they'll run it on the toss. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here we go. Gone. Leopard. Hot.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Titans offense now, they worked their way back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play. Stafford to Tate, 46 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Here we go. We got three, fellas. We got 3. Wide, get wide. Hey, 22. Hey, 4 down. Tag 53.
Back to throw. Stafford. Buying time to his left. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They get it to him running left. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And they'll go on the ground. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The return man is Graham. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On the give, this is Drake. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind He hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back now in Nashville as we've got the final quarter upon us. We get ready to start the fourth. And looking to throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Leopard.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They bring their punter out there now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Finding room inside the 40. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Set, lady.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, that extra emphasis on it, got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
All day, baby. All day. We're coming all day.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
4 down. Set. Blue 60. Like 7. 22. Hot. Check 52 in the line. Check 50.
From the gun, Stafford under pressure again, and down he goes again. Yannick Ngakoue in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey. 4 down.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They have the football. They're looking good, but the lead is just 2. So any mistake in a field goal can beat you. They got to be careful.
And that's where it gets difficult because you don't want that to leak into your thinking. You want to play like, hey, we've got the advantage. We can close this out. Don't play from fear, and they can win this game.
See if they can play fear-free and hang on.
Gone!
Oh, Rosen's going to throw it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Gone!
Throwing now is Rosen. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
And they, in fact, will throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Stafford now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. So the field goal unit is on the field. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The Titans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And he missed it. He missed it right. It's no good. And that's going to cost him the football game. Well, Charles, coaches always talk after losses about putting that behind you and moving on. But in a case like this, when you could have won it with a chip shot field goal and you miss it, that is going to sting for a little while, isn't it?
Some are tougher to put behind you than others, right? We always talk about compartmentalizing. What is the rule? Coaches always talk about 24-hour rule after a game, and then you move on. That's tough because that was a very makeable field goal. In fact, I think you and I were both just shocked that he didn't knock it through the post, and they end up walking off the field losers.
So for our visitors, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.